Alcoholic beverages will begin to be sold here at the Walter Pyramid on October 27th for the women's basketball game. Currently at other on-campus venues, there is no alcoholic beverages sold, but that is currently in the works. Smells of sweet Christmas treats, the glistening lights, and the sounds of Christmas music are all present here on 2nd Street, making it the perfect way to ring in the holidays. Dr. Moreno will continue to teach here at Long Beach State and hopes to apply his real-life experience as city council member in the classroom. Students and professors not only come together to share live performances, poems, literature, and spoken word here at the Southwest Terrace, but they also take it as a chance to teach the entire CSULB community about Latino culture while making their presence known throughout campus. Holiday corgis, marching bands playing to the tune of holiday classics, local area charities and organizations, dazzling floats, and even more holiday pups descended on 2nd Street for the 35th annual Belmont Shore Christmas Parade. Local residents have made it a tradition to set up their lawn chairs alongside 2nd Street year after year. This year's themed Christmas in Paradise is one that best suits Belmont Shore, as local residents agree that this truly is a holiday paradise.
It does. Long Beach is a paradise, and just walking down here, you know, all of the houses lit up, and just it gives you that vibe, you know, that you're in a magical wonderland.
Great, because it is. We're lucky out here. It's wonderful, and it is a paradise, and it shows real community support.
The smells of sweet Christmas treats, the glistening lights, and the sounds of Christmas music are all present here on 2nd Street, making it the perfect way to ring in the holidays. The parade had over 100 participants made up of school marching bands, local associations, and businesses, as well as local politicians. But every paradise has to have some sort of storm, as one resident pointed out that this year seemed to feature less marching bands than in years past.
A little bit disappointed this year because we didn't have as many bands as we had last year, which was really nice and very entertaining.
Santa Claus is your favorite part? Are you excited to see him? The holiday cheer and magic that the Belmont Shore Christmas Parade brings surpasses any amount of marching bands, especially as the parade comes to an end with one jolly fellow riding on top of a red shiny Long Beach fire truck. In Belmont Shore for Campus Connection, Christian Galeno. 151 What you're seeing is not a lesson on how to count. That is the entire cast of the bubbly black girl shed their chameleon skin warming up right before their Friday night show. Written by Kirsten Childs, the musical follows Vivica, a black woman who hides behind a mask of cheerfulness, all while searching for success on the Broadway stage and for love in her life, while dancing her way past racism and misogyny, but still denying her identity. Student actress Tamani Meeks, who plays Vivica, tells me how she relates to her character due to similar experiences when she was younger.
There's always a perception of the black experience, and then there's a perception of the white experience. I grew up as somebody who was called an Oreo. I definitely was, I had a hard time fitting in because of the idea of too white for the black kids, too black for the white kids. It's hard to find your place when you don't really have one. You're interested in things that are perceived to be things that white people are interested in, but also you are a black person.
Actor Malik Proctor plays Gregory, and his character is one of Vivica's friends, but at the same time is one of the many characters in the story that puts Vivica down. An accurate representation of what many black women in our society have to go through.
I think my character just represents a sort of parallel window to the other side of the story. It's focusing on a young black female and what she's going through and how she views the world and what the effects of systematic racism kind of does to her mind.
The music for Bubbly features much of the original tunes, but musical director Christopher Troy talked with us about the additional compositions that were composed for the show.
Well, the original score was basically piano, flute, bass, guitar, and drums. So I augmented the score with a lot of other keyboard instruments, and we have not just a flute player, but we also have a saxophonist, and I've also pre-recorded some additional keyboard parts that will just round out the sound.
For Beach TV News, Cristian Galeno. Thanks, Megan and Daniel. Here with me today in the studio is Lauren White, study abroad advisor for the programs in Europe, North America, and South America. Lauren, thank you so much for being here in the studio with me today.
Thank you, Christian. Happy to be here.
I'm glad you're here. So first and foremost, we're here to talk about specifically the Cuba study abroad trip. Tell me a little bit, what can students expect when they participate in such a program?
Students going abroad with us to Cuba can expect 4 weeks of an immersive experience in one of the most rich, culturally diverse, historically amazing, vibrant capital cities in Latin America. Students can expect to have their learning experience take place outside of the classroom as well as in the classroom, and can expect to learn about imperialism and reform right there in Plaza de la Revolucion, where it all took place in Havana. They can expect to meet investigators and researchers in Cuba and be able to ask questions they've always had with those people and get genuine Cuban perspectives to things that they always wanted to ask.
Nice. So we currently have a group that's getting ready to go to Havana.
We do.
But there are some issues. What are those issues and what are some risks that they're facing?
Excellent. In September, the U.S. Department of State issued a travel advisory because of the alleged sonic attacks that affected 22 U.S. diplomats in La Habana. After that travel advisory was issued, we lost our insurance, essentially, that covers the students to go abroad. They did cancel and say they wouldn't cover any more students going to Cuba, so we did have to find alternate insurance. We're fortunate that at the end of October, after some research, they realized sonic attacks weren't likely an attack. And so our original insurance, they are covering the students, so they're able to go successfully now with coverage.
So what was done to help those students out?
We called the students and surveyed to see if they still wanted to go after the advisory was issued. Every single student unanimously said, yes, we still want to go. And so we did call our risk management here on campus and find an alternate provider that would cover us in case the initial one did not still cover us, and they did. So the trip was always going to move forward.
Nice. So everything's good to go.
Everything's great.
Good.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Now, a lot of people may be asking themselves, why Cuba? Is it a safe country? What do you have to say about that?
I say that Cuba is 100 miles away from Florida. It's really close. It's our neighbor. To put that into perspective, Cuba is closer to America than San Diego is to Los Angeles. And so here you have a neighboring country of 11 million people, so very small, that the U.S. has created this idea in our heads as Americans that it's a dangerous place, that we can't travel there, we're not allowed to go. And what they've done, as opposed to creating a deterrent for students to travel, is they've created a forbidden fruit complex where people want to find out what's happening in this island over here. What are they drinking? What are they playing on that Congo that I can't go see? And people now, they want to go see it. So yes, it's safe. They're going to have an amazing experience.
Definitely. So where can students find more information about the different destinations and programs that you guys offer?
Great. csulb.edu/international.
Awesome. Well, there you have it, Lauren. Thank you so much for being here in the studio with me again. Back to you guys, Megan and Daniel. It was an exciting weekend for women's basketball. The Big West tournament kicked off at the Walter Pyramid as the Beach looked for their first NCAA tournament berth in 25 years. The CSUOB Student Art Galleries is introducing the Metal Arts Group Show this week. The show features works of decorative and sculptural metal artworks by students enrolled in metal classes. The artwork will be displayed until Thursday, and admission is free. Actor and rapper Common brought a big crowd to the Carpenter Center Wednesday night when he gave an inspirational talk to students and faculty alike. Common, known for his roles on Selma and John Wick Chapter 2, is an activist who lives to empower youth through creative arts with his nonprofit, the Common Ground Foundation. He spent an evening at CSUOB talking about the journey that brought him to his success today. Common also did a few freestyles to wow the audience, but buried within them were motivational messages and even shout outs to those in the audience. The bubbly black girl sheds her chameleon skin, presented by CSUOB's Theater Arts Department, opened up last week here at the University Theater. I hung out before the show with the entire cast this past weekend to join in on all the pre-show warm-ups and fun. Bubbly Black Girl will be running one last weekend until March 25th. Tickets start off at $20 for CSUOB students and staff. Welcome to Beach Access. My name is Christian Galeno, and we're here at the California Science Center to check out the much anticipated interactive exhibition, The Science Behind Pixar. Let's take a sneak peek at the science and technology that goes behind the scenes of Pixar's award-winning films. How's it going, 49ers? My name is Christian Galeno, and did you know that Dia de los Muertos, although originating in Mexico, is celebrated throughout Latin America? Well, Cal State Long Beach is showcasing the long and honored tradition. Do you believe that music and art should be used as forms of expressing political ideas and opinions?